Hey friends, welcome back to the Life of a Makeup Artist podcast. I am so excited to get into today's episode because we have our beauty boy, Bryce Anthony. Bryce and I met a while ago. I feel like it was Clubhouse.
It's been a minute, yeah.
It's
I
been a
don't
while.
remember exactly when.
Yeah,
but
it was around that time,
around that
that
time, for
era.
sure, yeah.
But we recently reconnected at an event that we went to for Future Society. And now that we are approaching the end of the year, I feel like this is a time that our skincare routine needs some adjusting and some extra TLC.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Now, Bryce Anthony is a licensed esthetician. He's passionate about representation and educating his clients on personalized skincare routines because you don't want to be just using whatever is viral. Now, Bryce uses his platforms to empower others and bring awareness to the unique needs of melanated skin. Now, he emphasizes finding the right esthetician for your skin type and advocates for proper skincare education and research.
Wow.
Is that right?
That's right. Okay. Well, somebody did their research.
She does her research, honey.
No, that's right.
Okay. But first of all, let's get into how are you? How's life?
You know, I'm good. I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me, by the way. I really appreciate you. Every time we run into each other, it's always love.
It's always love. Remember the first time we met?
Yeah.
Chasing down
Always
the park.
smiling, always just like such infectious energy. So I'm always happy to reconnect with you. I'm good. Life is good. You know, life be lifing sometimes.
Sure does.
But you know what? I'm grateful for just the present and just to be here. So at this moment, I'm good.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm happy to hear that.
Thank you.
Because there's a lot happening in the world.
It is, you
And
know.
a lot of things that are beyond our control. So, So I want to get into a little bit of your past. What
Okay.
inspired your transition from being a celebrity wardrobe stylist to becoming an esthetician? Because that's like two different things.
Yeah, you know, so I'm from California originally. I was born and raised in LA, and kind of, you know, just growing up, fashion was always my passion. It's
Right.
what I always wanted to do. So after finishing high school, I interned for like different stylists and things in Hollywood. And that really was my dream, you
Right.
know, like I wanted to be a designer, and then I worked as a stylist for a little bit more. And then when I moved to New York, you know, things just change. You kind of lose your passion.
Mm-hmm.
Things become more political and less about the fun. And I
Right.
feel like that is what happened with me in fashion. So I kind of was just looking for a change.
Mhm.
And this was, I want to say maybe around like 2017,
Mhm.
2018, when you know, like beauty was having like its big boom.
Right.
And that's when I really kind of started the pivot
Mm-hmm.
from fashion and beauty around that time.
Were you scared? Because it's like a world that you haven't really, it's tough to transition.
You know, it was tough to transition. I didn't necessarily have like any direct aspirations at the time. When I
Mhm.
moved to New York, I just needed a job. So
Mhm.
I started working for Decium,
Mhm.
which is the parent company of The Ordinary.
Yeah.
So I worked for The Ordinary. That was one of my first jobs. And that was really what kind of engulfed me into the world of skincare. If you
Mhm.
know anything about that brand, they really disrupted the skincare industry
Yes.
and came and like shook things up, right? So just to be around during that whole like cult crazy phase and just kind of seeing um how that kind of played out, that really kind of just opened the doors for me to want to explore this industry more and just
Mhm.
see how I could fit in and where I could get a piece of the cake. So
Right.
yeah.
So now that you are very much engulfed in the industry, you're licensed now, you've learned the products, you know the things. What are some of, as a Black male esthetician, what challenges or like maybe any unique experiences have you faced in the skincare industry? Because, as much as, fashion has politics, I feel like every industry has its thing.
Absolutely. You know, being a male, first of all, in a predominantly female dominated industry and being Black on top of that, I really had like two big things always working against me. And I've always been cognizant of that.
Mm-hmm.
but it's also pushed me to, go harder and really carve out my own lane for myself. Um, I really didn't have any like mentors or anyone to really guide me. I kind of just craft out my own lane and saw a niche for myself in an industry where I didn't see anyone who looked like me.
Right.
But I knew that I had a passion and I enjoyed what I do. So I was just very determined to make it, and I did.
I love that.
Thank you.
Because I feel like when you feel like the odd one out, it makes it 10 times harder because you're not only thinking about how do I succeed, it's just like, damn, like I'm not, like I don't have any example in front of me on like who I could aspire to or what I can see that's possible.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know of any other like male estheticians, that I could look up to or who could give me advice or anything like that. Even I remember being like in my classroom and just all my classmates were women, and I was like one of the only guys and then definitely the only Black guy. So always kind of just being aware of that, but also letting that guide me too, because I feel like that uniqueness has always helped me stand out and kind of carve out a lane for myself.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know that you're an expert in all skin types and skin tones, but can you tell me more about your journey in finding your niche and specializing in Black skincare?
Yeah, I think kind of just piggybacking off of what I said, going back to like the days of aesthetics school. I remember even in my classroom and the textbooks and theory, like we weren't taught how to care for Black skin. All of the examples were like white or like Asian skin. You know? We were never taught how to care for Black skin or things like that. So it was really on my heart to just kind of learn and seek further advanced education, because really all aesthetic school is prepping you to do is just get your license, just teaching you how to be sanitary and like pass your state boards, basically. It really is up to you to kind of determine where you want to take your career. And I knew that Black skin was my passion. Inflammatory conditions like hyperpigmentation, like eczema, things like that. These are things that are very common in our culture, and things that we need help with.
Yes,
we weren't
absolutely
taught these things. So it was really on my heart to educate myself and then pass that knowledge on to others.
No. I have, now that you said that, I have like 5 more questions in my head. I'm like, help us, okay? We need help. Okay. All right. So you said that you spent some time working with Deciem. And I want to know how working with that company kind of like changed your perspective on skin health. I know that you learned a lot about product, but being there, like how did that shape your, your trajectory?
I think it gave me kind of an insider look into the formulation and chemistry side of things and seeing how these products are made. I feel like the skincare industry in particular is very predatory in a way where they kind of
like, you need this.
Yeah.
No, you need this. And then they change 2 words and it's like brand new. Wink, wink.
Exactly.
It's like the formula.
Exactly. And consumerism is really like a thing.
Yeah.
And a lot of my clients fall victim to it. I liken skincare to kind of like streetwear in a way. Like these skincare brands are dropping products every week like they're sneaker releases. And it's just like, you feel like you have to have the newest drop from this brand, and it's in reality you don't. So I think just being on that side of it really just gave me like that kind of insider knowledge just to be able to like make better decisions for myself and then also pass that knowledge on to my clients and people who are close to me for sure.
Because you might not need a 10-step routine. 3 might be okay.
Exactly. And 9 times out of 10 it is,
So are there any common skincare myths that you would like to debunk, particularly those related to Black skin? Any, but like...
Ooh. I mean, I feel like there's so many. I feel like just with social media, TikTok, things
Mhm.
like that, misinformation is just running rampant in our
Right.
community. So it's so easy to take something or someone's experience
Mhm.
and liken it to your own.
Right.
I can't necessarily say maybe one myth, but I will say that just general experiences that people have, I want people to remember these are their own personal experiences. These are
Right.
anecdotal.
Right.
What worked for you and your skin
Right.
does not necessarily equate to working for me and my skin. So I
Right.
just want people to be mindful of that too, because
Right.
you have this viral product that's like, oh, micro needling in the bottle. It got rid of my texture and my pores, you know? Right? But it's
I
just
like
like,
that.
babe,
No, but
like,
that tagline ain't. I'm
no,
like, wait,
right?
I need.
Yeah. Have you seen that? That's actually, no,
Really?
it's actually like a real thing.
Oh,
I don't know what product it is, but they sell
you
it
see, but now
too.
I already
And
want to
see,
buy.
you were exactly, you see, and
I'm like,
you see how that
spectacular. Give me 17 of them right now.
14. No, but that's literally how it works too. And then before you know it, you have 20 products that you feel like you have to put on your face. You only got one face.
One
I
face
want y'all to remember.
and one body.
Yeah,
Don't forget,
one body.
the body needs some
So
lotion too.
the minute you wreck that barrier trying to be a test dummy for all these
Right.
products, I just want you to be mindful of that.
Be mindful
Mindful.
and demure.
I was waiting for
Okay,
it.
so all right. Okay, we're coming into colder months.
Mhm.
Let me give you a scenario. Your skin is in shambles. It's sensitive. Maybe you did what you said. You damaged your barrier. You were trying too much things. You were out in the sun. You didn't put sunscreen on.
Mhm.
And now you're like, you know what? I am in my winter arc. This is your era to get your life together, basically, before 2025.
I love that.
Bryce is coming to save the day. Bryce, what do I do? Help me. I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing. Clearly, I don't know anything because my skin is messed up.
Yeah. Well, delete TikTok shop. That's the first thing. Clear your cart on TikTok shop. Clear out that Amazon cart. That's the first.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, because you've already overconsumed in your mind before you even clicked purchase. You have
Right.
a running list of products that you have been meaning to try,
Right.
right? Not even because you need them. Not even because, like you're running out of something, but just because it's on your list of things to try. And I think that is like an issue. And I think could be the start of a lot of people.
Right.
Is just strip it down.
Okay.
Par the routine down.
Mm-hmm.
Put the super vitamin C, just calm down, really strip it back and
Mhm.
find out what works for you and
Mhm.
what doesn't work for you.
Mhm.
There's really not really a way possible for you to even know what's working on your skin if
Right.
you are just overwhelming it with so many things on a daily
Right.
basis. You're not even giving your body and your your skin time to adapt to
Right.
anything, to figure out like, is this working for me or not? So I think being more intentional
Mhm.
about the products that you use, stripping it down to something as basic as cleansing and moisturizing,
Right.
protecting your skin with sunscreen,
Right.
obviously. That is like the basic foundation. As we're moving into the cooler months, you definitely want to think about some like richer moisturizers, especially if you are on the more like drier, dehydrated
Right.
side. But don't overcomplicate it.
Are there any particular ones that you like?
Ooh. Look,
I mean,
I'm trying to go down the list and see who I can say.
who you can say? Who you can say? I like my La Roche.
La Roche. Okay. What product specifically?
The Lipicar AP.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like La Roche Posay a lot. I like the Cycloplast.
Mhm.
I like that
Oh, yes.
balm a lot.
I found a spray. Have you ever used a spray?
I haven't.
Yeah, I think I found it I bought it in Paris. They have the same B5 spray too.
Yo, I go crazy in French pharmacies.
It's
Like,
bad.
it's like
Tell
a
me why.
whole other-
Okay, so tell me why. I bought 8313
Okay.
in Paris.
Yeah.
Ask me if I use it yet. I was like, let me make my list.
Yeah. You had your list.
Yeah.
It's okay. You'll get to it.
Hopefully before it expires.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay, wait. So how do I use it? Do I use it after? Do I use it before?
The
8313.
So basically it's like a retinoid. So you're just gonna use it in that same slot whenever you would at nighttime, depending on what else you have in your routine.
Right.
But yeah, it basically would just sit in that spot.
Okay.
I really am into like Korean essences.
Oh, nice.
I'm all about hydration. So
Right.
any type of serum, toner, essence, anything that leans itself to just hydrating and moisturizing, I'm gonna go for it. But I really have been liking there's this one Korean brand. Oh my God, it skips my memory.
It's okay. We'll put it in right here for you.
Yeah, they have it on YesStyle. But yeah, any of those like mugwort essences,
Right.
like the red bean, I just really like them. They feel nice. You can hardly go wrong with Korean skincare.
Yeah.
They really got it right.
Yeah.
They have the right approach when it comes to corrective skincare. They're much more, their approach is calm and kind of just really focusing on like reducing inflammation.
Right.
And I feel like a lot of people forget that. They just want to go straight into like treating and exfoliating and retinoid and chemical burn. And,
right. Because they're like, I want to be forever young. And I'm like, but it's okay. Like, give it some time.
Yeah. And I feel like...
And I'm speaking to the choir.
We've all been there. It's fine. But no, I feel like Eastern skincare, like Korea and Japan, they just really do it right.
Yeah.
When it comes
I love Innisfree and
I love Innisfree.
A more Pacific. Price is real spicy. The price is spicy, but it's great. They have a good essence too. Yeah. Okay, so scenario 2.
Okay.
Your eczema is acting up crazy. The weather is changing. It's getting cold. Your eyelid eczema, your skin is tingling. Your stuff is just...
The struggle.
Struggle city. Bryce, what to do? Go to the dermatologist.
And you know that's what I'm about to say. Go get you a steroid cream from the dermatologist.
But that's the thing. But then steroids are going to mess you up. And then you could get TSW, you know?
Yeah, but you know what? Sometimes it really just be like that, especially if you chronic. Like I have eczema to the point where that's the only thing that works for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you tried Opzilara, whatever?
I have tried everything. Yeah, I've had eczema since I was 7 years old, and I get it during the summer.
Really?
Mine's just heat induced. So
do you get it on your eyelid?
I typically get it on my stomach. I get it in between here, like my arms, and I get it on the back of my leg.
That's where I used to get mine as a child. But I don't get it anywhere. Now I get it randomly. Like I might get a little bit on my eyelid, but it's just like...
I never got it on my face, thankfully.
Yeah. But like it's so random. It
shows up differently.
Yeah.
Everyone. Yeah.
So I don't get it like there anymore. But like in the last couple of years, I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah. Really just keeping your skin moisturized and protected. That's always gonna be like the first line of defense. I really like Skin Fix. I don't know if you've they have a couple, like their eczema line is...
Don't get me started on Skin Fix. I'm so mad at them.
Oh, no.
They had an eczema face balm that was...
Don't tell me they discontinued it.
They discontinued the eczema face balm. Between you and I have bought so many on Amazon because I'm like, I can't run out of this. It works.
Is that recent?
It's been a while, but they came out with a dark packaging that's like for all, but the texture is not the same. Because I like that little glossy lid situation. Right. That's what I was doing, but they discontinued it. So Skin Fix, we need to talk.
Bring it back.
But because it's such a good product. It's not a steroid. So I feel like, if I slather my face with that in the night, I wake up and I'm like, I look great. But
that was one of the only products outside of like topical stuff that worked for me. It was the Skin Fix stuff.
And that's why I was so upset.
Yeah. Skin Fix, bring it back, please. We're
I
begging.
know. We're literally begging. Like,
Yeah.
oh my God. It's just like, it's not for funsies. It's not a lip gloss. We
Right.
need
No,
this.
this is like real. For
We
real.
need this to
Like,
survive. Yeah. So, yeah, I definitely just kind of like pare it down too.
mhm.
Pare it down and just, when I don't need to wear makeup, don't wear makeup.
I'm so glad you said that. I was just going to say, be aware of your triggers too,
Yeah.
especially with eczema, any type of inflammatory condition. There's a trigger. For me, fragrance is another thing.
Oh,
If
wow,
I
yeah.
get too carried away from the fragrance, I'll have an eczema flare up. So I have
Mhm.
to be careful. There are things that I know
Right.
trigger my eczema.
Right.
And I'm just like, I have to be more mindful.
Right. Stress, and whoever's stressing you out,
Stress.
get rid of them.
Did that already.
Thank you. Next.
Mhm.
I actually would love to know, what advice would you give to those that want to pursue a career in aesthetics, especially for people of color? I think people would look up to you because, again, like you said, there's not a lot of men doing this. So,
I would like to see more men in the industry,
Mhm.
first of all. The fact that it's still kind of niche is so strange to me because my stance has always been, do we not have skin too?
right.
I think as men, our skin tends to need more care because it's thicker.
Mm-hmm.
We produce more oil. We have facial hair. So if anything, we need more skincare. So I would love to see more guys. I feel like really finding a passion, figure out why you want to get into this industry because it's not all glitz and glamour. You know, I know on social media it has a way of looking fun, and it definitely could be fun. I love what I do, but it's hard work. It's not easy. So if you're getting into this industry thinking it's gonna be easy, I have another thing. You have another thing coming.
A lot of long hours, I'm sure.
Long hours. It's hard on your body.
Mm-hmm.
You got to really wear a lot of hats.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when my clients are laying on that bed, I become a therapist, marriage counselor, psychologist, pastor.
Literally the same as the life of a makeup artist.
Literally, you get it when they sit in your chair. So you got to be prepared to let people dump on you at any given moment because that's their moment. You know, while they're in their chair to just release. But I enjoy being a safe space for people.
Right.
So that doesn't really bother me. And honestly, find your tribe. I think that's super important in any industry, but especially in an industry like this, where, you know, it could be very mean girlish. And a lot of people don't like to like take people under their wing or like put people on or like share opportunities. I feel like find your tribe and find people who will celebrate you and
that's important.
lift you up. I think that's very important.
Okay. I love that.
Thank you.
Hey friends, if you have been loving the podcast, I want you to leave 5 stars for all of our 5-star guests. Now, you already know the Life of a Makeup Artist has an amazing season ahead. And of course, we're delivering those secret episodes. So don't forget to join our backstage crew. Now, let's get back into the episode. So actually, you told me some news that I'm going to share. Can I share? Okay. You're in nursing school.
I am. Yeah.
So you are on a new path in your career. Can you tell us some more about this? Because we talk a lot about on the podcast about pivoting and, you know, just expanding your knowledge, you know, career longevity, things like that. And I actually would love for you to touch on your nursing school journey and why you decided to go that route.
You know, it's interesting. I feel like it kind of just happened naturally. I never saw myself ever going into like nursing or healthcare. But I think just now where we are just as a society, and I think with the pandemic especially, that really shifted a lot and kind of just unlocked something in my mind. And I just felt like I have a bigger purpose and a calling to like really help people because this country
Mm-hmm.
and just like our government and our healthcare system and just like all of the like injustices and like the things that I hear about on a daily basis, I'm just like,
Right.
there's no way.
Right.
So it just naturally felt like the next natural step for
Right.
me. I'm not leaving aesthetics. I'm
Right.
definitely still going to continue to be an esthetician and see my clients. It basically is just to kind of bridge the gap with what I'm doing now. So aesthetic nursing is kind of what I
Right.
would want to call
So
it.
can you clarify for those who might not understand what that means? Aesthetic nursing.
So aesthetic nursing is basically any type of bedside treatments, a little bit more invasive. So injectables, fillers, different type of laser treatments, just amplified, you know, just doing what I'm doing, but just like on a amplified level. I feel like that's also the way that the industry is changing. There's definitely a big shift happening in the beauty industry and the aesthetics industry particularly. We're seeing a big shift and people are moving away from you know, more like monthly, month to month kind of like maintenance things and shifting more towards like bigger, more like invasive fillers. Yeah, we're starting to see people get fillers and Botox more, chemical pills, investing in more things like laser and things like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll do a laser hair removal and like.
Yeah.
Who's shaving?
Exactly.
I don't have time for all that.
Yeah. So, you know, I just with technology and the way that, you know, things are constantly being innovated, it's kind of just like you got to kind of keep up with everything. And I just feel like that's the way that the industry is going. So I'm just trying to stay ahead of the curve, really.
Right. I saw online that a lot of people were saying that fillers are so dangerous and they never dissolve from your face. And then, can you share your opinion on that?
You know, I we talked about this earlier. I feel like just with social media online, the problem with social media is that it gives a platform to the voiceless. You know, anyone can get online and tweet anything. You can get on TikTok and make a video and talk about anything and proclaim it to be true. I don't want to get into like medical jargon, especially things that are like outside of my scope of practice, but I will definitely say talk to your provider. Talk to a medical professional that you trust. Don't get on TikTok looking for answers. Don't get on WebMD trying to like self-diagnose.
If you go on WebMD, you probably have like 3 diseases.
Yeah, like, you know, like go talk to an actual professional, like about these type of things.
Yeah.
For sure.
I definitely think it's good for research, but you have to just be cognizant of who you're listening to. Because it's just like, okay, a person could be on there and they could know what they're talking about, but also the person, like you said, who don't know what they're talking about also has a voice. So you have to just
discerning and really knowing exactly.
Like, let me just Google this person and see what they do besides
check the credentials.
Yeah.
Check the credentials.
Exactly.
Literally.
So I don't know if you could speak to a specific product, but are there any specific products or treatments that you're particularly excited about right now?
Ooh. I'm always excited about stuff. Like I said, there's just like overload of just like things. Like skincare is just like sensory overload. There's always a new product, a new treatment, a new this, a new that.
What's in your cabinet?
What's in my cabinet? Oh my goodness. I'm really loving there's a brand called Experiments.
Oh, I never knew that.
Yes. They are a science-based brand by 2 chemists. I really like their products. They're really cool and funky and kind of geeky, but like they make science and chemistry really fun. I really like what they're doing. Topicals also, obviously. I love everything that they do, just like their branding and just the whole aesthetic is always on point with them. For treatments, I'm really into hydrofacial. That's like anyone who knows me.
Lord.
Anyone who knows me knows I swear by hydrofacial. I feel like once you get a hydrofacial, you will never go back. There's nothing like it. Yeah.
Tell me more about that.
Yeah. So basically, it is a hydrodermabrasion. So kind of similar to a microdermabrasion. Instead of using the corundrum, which is the diamond crystal powder, hydrofacial uses water. It's a high pressure suction. So it's using water to simultaneously exfoliate and extract the skin, and it's also infusing different serums into the skin at the same time. So it's like a whole thing. Basically, essentially, it's just vacuuming all the gunk out of your pores.
And this is you specialize in this.
Oh, yeah. We do it. Come see me right down the street at Skin Winds. We are in Manhattan, 240 37th Street. Yeah, I'm really into that. The BioRe pill is one of my favorite chemical pills right now. I love to actually pair them together. I've been seeing some really good results.
Does it help with hyperpigmentation?
Oh my goodness, does it? Yes. I have seen like some amazing transformations from that pill. So I'm really into that. Yeah. There's a lot of exciting stuff. There's always just like something new to be exciting about, and that's why it could get dangerous because it's like you have to pick and choose.
Exactly, not everything.
You can't. I mean, you can if you got the money, if you got the coin, you can.
You know what's on my list? I want one of those red light masks.
Oh, I'm so glad you brought that up.
I want one so bad.
Is there a particular one?
Is the
current body?
No, the
Therabody.
I was going between the current body and the Therabody, but I think I'm going with the Therabody.
I like Therabody. Yeah, I like Therabody. Their products are, from what I've seen, a little bit more impressive. I'm a fan of red light therapy, just light therapy in general. It gets a lot of kind of mixed reviews because there is like clinical grade devices that are like thousands of dollars that we use like in the clinic, and then there's like the $100 mask you can get on Amazon. They're not comparable. So when people, they're
like
there's
the results.
Yeah, there's the difference, and even with the expensive ones, you still have to use them so frequently to really see
like
results.
A couple times a week.
Daily.
Really? So I sometimes go for I started to go to higher dose for lymphatic drainage. And and then they have the therapy sauna, the red light therapy sauna.
See, all of those are like clinical grade though.
Yeah. I'm like, I wish I could live in there. It's so expensive. But I was like, that helps with eczema and like inflammation. So I was like, I need to be in here.
Yeah.
So you think I should get the Therabody? It's on my list.
I think so. Yeah. I'm not mad at that one. I don't own it personally, but I've heard really good reviews about that particular brand.
I'm excited.
And Therabody makes some really good other like type of products too.
Okay. I need to ask you about this.
Yes.
I've been seeing people doing all these face tape things. What is that about?
Face tape.
Like, have you seen it? It's like they put...
Show me. Yeah.
It's on my phone.
Yeah, show me this.
I definitely took screenshots. It's not face tape. That's obviously the wrong word because I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But
are you talking about the threading?
No, not threading. This. Have you seen this? Mouth tape. It's not face tape. Have you seen that? People are like, it's for wrinkles and like... And a brand sells them. He's like a facial sculptor. Actually, he's on his way here. He does like you know those like when they put their hand in the mouth type of thing?
Yes.
That's what
okay.
I'll just cut this question.
Okay.
No, but I'm like, there's so many things I'm excited about. Like I saw mouth tape.
I'd love to learn more about that.
Yeah, definitely you should connect with Joseph Carrillo because he's like the facial sculptor.
Sounds kind of naughty.
Yeah. We're sort of PG-13 over here, but we'll talk after. Okay, so I mean, I guess we got so much advice, but you know, let's say we're in 2024 right now. It is 2034. What's that one piece of advice that you wish like people would have wished like they listened to back in 2024? Like one thing that they should have done, or they could have done, or they should do right now.
Use retinol, wear sunscreen.
Use retinol and wear sunscreen.
Those are two simplest things that you can do that will, in 2034, 10 years from now, you will thank yourself.
Is tretinoin or retinoid?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to start using Tret because my birthday is in...
Tret's the strongest that you can get.
So should I not be using that because is it too strong for me if my skin is a little sensitive?
I would say just like
little
slowly introduce it. Yeah,
I can use the 8-3-1-3.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, perfect.
Just like baby steps.
Baby steps. Mm-hmm. Okay, so let me ask you, Bryce.
Yes.
You're at the clinic.
Mm-hmm.
You're in school.
Yeah.
During the week and on weekends.
Yeah. Phew.
What is the personal life looking like? What is like? Do you have time for yourself?
You know, it's looking real bleak. I'm not gonna lie. But it's also cathartic for me in a way. Mm-hmm. I'm a Capricorn. You are too. So
we're like, I'm happy to work.
Exactly. You get me, my Capricorn sister. You get me. Working is a little therapeutic for me. And I know that's probably not the healthiest take. But at this moment, right now, I don't really mind it.
Right. Because you're working for something bigger.
Yeah. And for me, when I'm stressed, I work. Yeah. When I'm frustrated, I work. When I'm mad, I work. I'm just, you know.
Because you said you did want to like spend more time building a career as opposed to influencing. That's something you kind of like step back from. Can you touch on that?
Yeah, definitely. I definitely had like that creator, like influencer bug, and like, you know, I still enjoy that life and still very grateful when I get opportunities. But for me, I think right now in my life, the work that I do, I'm looking more on like impact and like, who am I doing this for?
Right.
You know, and what does this mean at the end of the day? Like, is this something that I'll be proud of a few years down the line? Will I even remember?
Right.
You know, so I really had to have a conversation with myself and just figure out, like, is this fulfilling me? And is this something that makes me happy? I really have always prided myself on helping people, whether it's working in fashion, helping them, dressing someone, or giving them a facial. I've always liked to be a service provider and making someone feel better about themselves. I've always said that's my superpower. So I think really just never trying to lose sight of that. Right. Even if it follows me into healthcare, you know, and I start caring for patients, like actually bedside, that to me is still fulfilling that purpose. So yeah, I hold that near and dear to me for sure.
I really love that.
Thank you.
So you have left us with so much today. I feel like I need to go home and...
You're really good, by the way, because I'm don't talk a lot, so it really takes someone to
this is like our first real conversation.
I know. I think this is the longest that I've like talked in a while.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, because I'm a man of little words, so I appreciate you getting this out of me.
I love that. Thank you. She's in her hosting era,
Period.
honey.
Period.
Okay, so you've left us with a lot, but I want to leave something with you.
Okay.
Okay, I want to change it up a little bit. Because you say you're working a lot, you're doing all these things. Can you publicly promise to me and to all of our amazing listeners, what is one thing that Bryce is going to do for himself before the end of 2024? Because you're working a lot. You're happy, that's fine, but who's giving you a facial? Who's caring for you? So
wow, read me.
Yeah, one thing.
Drag me. That's such a great question.
It could be anything. A massage.
You know, I would say I'm going to promise to give myself more grace. You know, be more gentle with myself because as hard as I work, I also deserve rest and I deserve to not feel guilty about resting. So really just giving myself more grace to just, calm down and take a seat sometimes.
Yeah, it'll be okay.
The work ain't going nowhere. The
Clear.
money ain't going no. Well,
Not
the
when
money.
you're talented and a Capricorn. It's not.
Hello. Because one thing about us, we gonna chase the bag.
But there's no way a way will be made. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have more grace. I love that.
Yeah, honestly, we tend to be overachievers, hard workers, but I think that can only take you so far.
Yeah. Yeah.
It can't be all work and no play.
No.
That's no fun.
Yeah. I have become very serious about myself here.
I see. You You've been getting your play on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I see.
I'm an acupuncture. I'm like, and not just that, like even grace. Because like even the way that you speak to yourself every day, like
Absolutely.
something fall down, you don't speak to yourself like, oh gosh, like, you're so clumsy. It's just like, sometimes even when I'm doing a video and I keep messing up, I'll just be like, Jay, are you okay? Because what's going on? Like, can you talk? Yeah. That's how like you have to talk to yourself a little bit more gentle.
That's
not
so
like,
real.
I keep messing up. It just messes up the whole aura.
No, that's so real. Speaking nicer to yourself, literally. Like that inner dialogue is so important. So that's super important that you said that because I too am trying to work on like talking to myself nicer, being gentler with myself, giving myself more grace. Because again, we can be our own worst enemy sometimes, unfortunately.
Yep.
So, just getting out of my way a little bit more, extending myself grace, and just really remembering that life is hard and you are doing a damn good job.
Yes, you are.
Like, for real. More than you know, more than you give yourself credit for.
I'm so proud of you.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Thank you this was amazing. We have to do this again.
Oh my God, absolutely. I'm like, the mic is usually not here, but I'm definitely going to give you a hug. But before we close off, obviously, I want all of your new friends to find you online. So please tell us all of your handles where we can stalk you, DM you, all the things.
My handle is just my name, Bryce X Anthony, BRYCE. And that's across all platforms on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all the things. Bryce X Anthony. You can also book an appointment if you want a facial, chemical peel, hydrofacial.
Yes.
Dermaplaning.
I'm going for one. So.
Skin Wins. You can follow us online at Skin Wins Clinics is the handle. Also, all the information is like on my bio and things like that if you want to book an appointment.
And we will also make sure that all of that information is in the show notes. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of The Life of a Makeup Artist. Don't forget, we are on TikTok, okay? The girls are on TikTok. And of course, if you want to see my face and Bryce's handsome face, you could find full visual episodes on YouTube. You just type in at The Life of a Makeup Artist or my name at Jaleesa Jaikaran, and you'll find all that you're looking for. Thank you guys so much for listening, and I'll talk to you in the next episode. Bye, guys.
Bye.